Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And let me stick some Christmas decorations up. What I want to say is a massive, massive Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. If you are not celebrating, you're enjoying the time. A couple of people have said, don't worry about this show. Listen, I have a permission to come on for an hour. I have till 4 o'clock when we will sit down and enjoy our crimbo dinner. But yeah, I just thought we'd come on. We'd talk a little bit about transfers. Now, let's say some hellos and then we'll get into it. I think we're going to have a little chat about this young fella. Well, young, he's 25. About a little fella that we did break about 7-8 weeks ago here on the Mancunian way, that it was happening. So yeah, it's happening. Then we'll talk about other things as well. But what I want to say is Merry Christmas. I say Happy Holidays. However you are celebrating, have a wonderful day. Smash those likes. Thank you for joining us just before your dinner, or whether you're in your dinner, or wherever you are in the world. Hope you are okay. Good afternoon, Mingy Wong. Happy Christmas to Mike and everyone out there. Yes, Mingy Wong, please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Yeah, we've had another 7 people unsubscribe. Very weird, this game. Merry Christmas, Mike, City FC. Hope you are well, my friend. Up the Blues indeed. And then Luke, not in my lifetime, jumps in with the big 18 months, a year and a half. Big up to you, mate. We do appreciate that. And then Amar has come in quicker than Santa Claus and has gifted that 5 channel memberships. So if you have got a channel membership off Amar, please say thank you to him, because that's very, very generous of him. And big up to Luke, not in my lifetime. Go and give them a big subscribe as well. But yeah, thank you to them. And yeah, someone else says thank you.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
There you go. Teal, big up, mate. Hope you are well. Mamouche been linked to Liverpool this Jan. And Bob leaving. I'd ignore the Mamouche stuff for Jan. Ignore the Mamouche stuff for Jan. The Oscar Bob. Yes. Big up, Dash. Samaritans, big up. Hope you well. If you do need to talk, especially at this time of year, please do it. Also, there's a couple of people I need to get back to. You know who they are. I will email you back today. I promise you. Apologies on my tardiness with comments and emails lately. I've had some beautiful emails of people. I will not name them. They know who they are, but don't suffer in silence. We are here 24/7. I may not get back to you that day or even a day, but I will get back to you. I promise you. Merry Christmas, Lee Gates. Thank you for your text earlier, mate. Really appreciate that. Stephanie, good evening, good afternoon. Merry Christmas, one and all. We are never selling my moose. Yeah, that is a non-starter. Merry Christmas, Formidable. Big up to you. By the way, did you see Formidable? The rivals are getting a bit sketchy. Hope Bob has a buyback clause. He ain't coming back, mate. I'd be surprised. Parth, good evening. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Thank you, mate. And if you do celebrate, same to you. Why are you doing a stream on Christmas? Because we want to give back. I was going to do a pre-recorded one, but I thought, you know what? My missus has told me to piss off, get out of the way. So I thought I'd come and spend an hour with you guys. You are my extended family. City Top, Merry Christmas to you. It's fine, Martin. I will. We're only doing until about 4:10. I haven't even asked anyone to come on because I know it's Christmas. If people want to email me, message, you want to come on, got to about 4:10 max, then I must go. Chizzy, hey up, Martin. Merry Christmas. Because Martin's having a little drink tonight. We've got a karaoke going on as well. Karaoke. I've just spent far too much in bag and booze as well. Doing last Merry Christmas. Magnus, me old mucker, how you doing? Merry Christmas from the other side of the world. Guys, do you think we get a centre back? How'd you fancy your spine? All I'm saying. House captain survived grandkids 6 a.m. Get up. Big up, Kath there. Yeah. Who had the grandchildren or the children up at 5 a.m.? My son is 15 and he was getting up at 5 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. My son, by the way, I will show you one little present I got from my son. Big up off him, my older son. Because he knows I love it. 101 Manchester City shirts. That'd be a good little stream we can do, which is a good one. All the shirts. So my son is going to love this. I haven't even said thank you to him yet, but he knows what his dad likes. And I've also got myself a little Manchester City 7-piece grooming kit. Hey, my son knows what I like. Big up mine. Always first shot the Bombers, but looks like the club agree when many of us said our wingers need to score. Yep. And that's exactly why we're going to buy Semenyo. I've not had that pleasure. You better not be having that pleasure with Kathy, you sunshine. We asked Kathy's permission. City willing to accept. Ignore that, mate. Teal, not happening in January. Merry Christmas, Sir Martin, everyone in the chat. Big up, Nick. A seasonal drink or two later will get you through the day. It will get me through the day. Check WhatsApp. What my WhatsApp in? What my WhatsApp in? Oh, Ed wants to join. Come on, Ed. Come on, Ed. My Ed star. My guy. My Ed star is there. I am going to give you a little Easter egg in a bit as well. Just scooting. Oh yeah, right. I've got you now. Right, send it to you, Ed. Is anyone else joining Marty? Merry Christmas. Pip, big up, mate. Ed's going to come and join us. Check WhatsApp. I have done. Thank God the show on live. We need the gossip. WITK. I'm not the ITK. I get it for the people. Keep telling you that. Godray, yes. Now we just need Anderson and Wharton to complete our midfield. I don't think you'll get. You might get two. One Jan, one summer, but you won't get those two. That's not the two they're going for. Merry Christmas, just having Christmas dinner. Go and enjoy Christmas dinner, Cade. Go and enjoy many Merry Christmases to you, mate. Hope home had their presents throughout the festive day. City most likely having their Semenyo presents and hopefully many more. Sometimes presents presents sometimes are least expected. Yes, least expected.
Big up, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day.
You know that thing we talked about the other day, Ed, privately, and I will not mention it on here.
Yeah.
It's true. Hello, Martin. You were once again correct on the Oscar Bobb news. Villana's on fire. Premier League is terrified. Happy New Year almost. Bloody hell, we're a week away from New Year. Anyway, Ed, are you having a lovely day?
Yeah, it's still early here, so everybody still getting ready I'm gonna meet up with family later on today and stuff like that.
Good man.
That's what I also want to remind people, man, don't lose what Christmas is for, man. Don't, spend time with your family, enjoy this day, man. We all been working hard this whole year. It's been a long year for everybody. We wish everybody the best. We know it's difficult for a lot of people out there too. That's what the channel is here for, people to come and connect with each other. And I know it gets heated in here, but we're all a family. And, and I know Darsh always puts the hotline in there if people need somebody to talk to too on the holiday time.
Yes, never suffer in silence, especially this time of year. And it's not just this time of year, but any time of the year, don't suffer in silence. Don't suffer in silence. Big up, Patrick. Presume that's a big Martin. Go rest. No, mate, you go and rest. And it's lovely that I know you're doing well. I will speak to you soon. I've not managed to catch up with you this week. Many people are asking about you all the time, mate. And you're always in our thoughts. Keep fighting it, brother. Keep fighting it, Pat. We love you, mate. You're welcome, Thunder Road. You can tell we're back when rivals are rattled. Darcy's joining us as well. Right, and any chance to centre back? Right, well, let's get into it. I know everyone's there. Semenyo. He's close. I think it will happen. 60, 65 million release clause. Maybe they renegotiate and chuck an Ake in. I don't know. We'll see that as we're going along. But how do you both feel about Semenyo, a winger who scores goals?
Yeah, not bad, eh? Bow-footed, good tune technique. Can he go on the inside of an 8 or 10 like we're doing all season? That's to be seen. I think he's all right in tight spaces. The thing is, yeah, there's confidence because he comes from Iriola. It's not like, and I've seen the comparison with Jack Grealish. With all due respect, he came from Dean Smith.
Yeah, totally different players.
Yeah, so different players, different type of attacking threat. So, I mean, Grealish is more of a 10. I didn't like the fact that left wing, but he's more of a 10/8. Semenyo's a direct forward, like can play across the line. If Redding's the rest, he can go there. It's just why not? Why not stockpile on attackers? So yeah, that's what I feel about that.
Right, Semenyo was Hamza's list. That mate, they don't. Semenyo was on the list 3 months ago, mate. Behave.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Behave now. I see a future for our Oma Mamouche. Yeah, I think Oma Mamouche should be staying put.
Yeah.
Carry on, mate.
No, I mean, we talked about Semenyo for a while. If you guys been in spaces, you guys know I'm already a fan of him. I think he brings a lot to us when you just talk. And plus, I feel like once Doku needs to be rotated. We all know this. And when he needs to be rotated, we need to have a similar option to him. Somebody who can, push the opposite team back more instead of, because when Doku comes up off the pitch, teams play us completely differently. Teams play us tighter. And so when teams play us tighter, yes, that leaves more space in behind, but it also kind of locks down the midfield when you're talking about for Cherki and Foden to operate too. So I think having him there allows us to have more space in the midfield too.
Right. One thing I will say, listen, I won't chill out. I will go through the Guehi, all the other rumours as well. Chill. We will come to them.
Yeah, we have time, guys. It's Christmas, guys. Be patient.
Yeah. To chill, you don't want to blow it all in one go. Semenyo is not done. He does want to come to City. Everyone's basically pulled out now. Viana had a meeting a few days back, basically said, are you coming or you're not coming? Spread it along, and he decided he wanted to come. So, yes, Ornstein and Fabrizio were right. It's just, we're down to just the medical preliminary, but doesn't mean it will. Like I said, things can always change. I always put that air of caution in. Until the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, of course things can change. But right now, all the stuff is Semenyo will come in and the likelihood is Oscar Bobb will go out. Palace have made moves. Other clubs are actually after him as well. It's
Dortmund,
not just
right?
Fulham. There's a number of Premier League clubs after Bobb.
Even Bundesliga clubs, right? Dortmund's pushing for him.
Dortmund have massively moved, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I think Adeyemi is trying to get up out of there too, either in January or the summer. So I think they see him as Adeyemi replacement.
Yeah, Sparkles. Will it be triggered on January the 1st? Don't know. They've got till the 10th. It will probably be done early.
Yeah.
It will be done. But don't panic if by the 2nd of January it's not in the door. Don't panic. Yeah?
Yeah. I think the aim for the Chelsea game, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see, man. I don't think I'll get it by Chelsea, but it's up to Semenyo, you know what I mean? How much time he wants to take. Maybe a farewell game against, I don't know, one of their opponents. I think it's Chelsea, coincidentally, I think. Might be wrong.
Yeah.
Let me see. I can pull up the schedule.
People are saying there's Semenyo. I have no idea what number Semenyo gets. No idea. Semenyo in, Pep out. Behaviour. Yeah, he's being sarcastic. What happened to Stones? Stones will stay till the end of his contract.
Stones they have Arsenal on January 3rd, and then Tottenham on January 7th. I think it probably gets done maybe after the Arsenal game, or he might. Let me see when that's their last home game is against Arsenal. So I think that might.
Fabio fans are hating on Semenyo on Twitter already. What? I don't know why people do that. I don't know why people
player
do that.
Stuff.
Yeah,
but the last home game, he has 2 home games, one against Arsenal and one against Tottenham before the 10th.
Yes.
So it depends on when he wants to do his farewell.
Big up, Sam. Merry Christmas to you as well. If not Xmas, if City don't play Boxing Day, now I need an excuse to go to a Boxing Day pub crawl. City and Bournemouth are going to try and get a deal done this week. Yeah, we'll see. But we'll see if they're interested. Nathan Aki is real in terms of, because the thing is, for the books, for a PSR related issue, it would be better for those deals to be separate anyway. Because when you start chucking in players as a negotiation tactic, how do you work the value out of that player? It's very similar. Do you remember the Cancelo Danilo deal? It was part of it, but it was done as separate deals for the books.
Yeah.
Palace swap deal. Well, let's do Semenyo first. I know everyone's like, where we're going here, where we're going here, where we're going here. The breaking news from Fabrizio Romano earlier today was quite obvious, was the Borussia Dortmund. Oscar Bobb could leave Man City in January and would seriously consider a departure of the club signed Semenyo. Several clubs have made inquiries, but Borussia Dortmund have upped their game in the last few days.
So his injury must not be that bad to where he'd be out for months.
Yes. Well, this is the air of caution now. Again, what Fabrizio said. Liverpool have been calling. They've started calling in November. They called again in December. They've always been in contact. At the moment, sources close to Semenyo confirm that the player has indicated City is his favourite destination. But until the deal is signed, we always have to be careful. That is all we're saying here. It's not signed, sealed, delivered at the moment. City is the place where we all think he's going, is where he wants to go. But like we said, things can change. I always have the air of caution. So I've said close, but it's not done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's actual position is 10. Listen, how do you feel about Bobb? Would you loan him or would you sell him?
For me personally, I don't see the point in a loan. If just by our squad building, I don't think there would be a space for him if we loan him out and he came back in the summertime. I personally would do a sell with a buyback. That's what I would do. Just so, because there's no point in him, and also that what if he doesn't bang in that loan period of time, and now he's back, and now that lowered his value, and now we're trying to find another place for him in the summertime.
Yeah.
I think this is probably when he has the most buzz around him. And that means this would probably be when his fee is the highest for me. So I would sell him, but I would include a buyback clause in there.
We're going to come to that next week because I've noticed this has rattled every rival going because now they're saying City must. City must now. I've noticed that changed. City now must win the league because they bought Semenyo. Load of garbage. What would you do, Dash? Would you loan him or would you sell with a buyback? Big up vibe.
I'll give you a politician's answer. I think if it's a loan, for example, at a club where he's not going to get the best out of, for example, at Fulham, I don't think he'll get the best out at Fulham. So I think for loan for now at Fulham. If Dortmund properly want him, then I think he should go with a buyback so permanently because I don't see Fulham as a club that can develop him into that type of player he wants to be in the future. No, in a minute, it might be saying, "No, I'm not thinking Fulham's shit," but it's just they're always in the mid-table scenery around the Premier League. I don't see much improvement from their players from their bought for the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if you talk about one of their players that improved, maybe Anthony Robinson, but that's about it. I don't see what good it will do for Bob because there's no
Harry Wilson. You can say Harry Wilson, right, Darsh? Harry Wilson.
Case don't
okay,
sell with a buyback. Blue Man said sell with a buyback to Girona. He doesn't want to go to. You might not want to go to Girona.
No, not Girona. But Harry Wilson's the second one, but that's about it, mate. It just I just think Dortmund's probably the best one, man. To be fair to you.
All right, I think we need to stop this. I know it's your opinion, but bring him in, get rid of number 26. Number 26 has a name. Come on now. Just to let you know, Semenyo and Mamouche are not going anywhere in Jam. You need to part that. You need to part that. Ethan, by the way, big up, mate. And Merry Christmas says we don't need him. See, I think we do need him. Listen, people have asked what do I think of the signing. I think it's a good signing. Do I think he's been overhyped? As every player in form is, yes. This is why people have probably heard I've called him Flavour of the Month, as I've called Elliot Anderson Flavour of the Month. I'm not meaning it in a derogatory way. I'm one of these, just let the player come in and just settle. Because we've done this with a perfect example. We've done this with Oscar Bobb, with all due respect. Oscar Bobb was going to be the next big thing. And now we're talking about which club he's going to go to now. I think we put too much expectations on players' heads. And this is what starts this guy FC or this guy FC. Just let him, if he continues on the trajectory that he's going, he's going to be a very, very good player. But it may take him a month or two to settle in. That's just my, do I think he's a very good player? He'll add something that we don't have within the squad from the wing area, which is goals. But you've also got to remember, he just went through a patch of, was it 10 games of no goals?
I think it was 6, 7.
Yeah, 6, 7.
So, no, in all comps. I think he went 10 games without a goal. And the problem is, 10 games without a goal at Bournemouth is fine. If he goes 10 games without a goal at City, and as it comes in at 60, 65 million, he's going to get a very different response back to him, isn't he?
But Seymour, I'll push back against that notion because that depends if he's not doing anything else. If he's dangerous, if he's creating, I think you can't really complain about him, right? Like if he's out there on the pitch and he's not tracking back, or if he's missing wide open chances, then that's when I'm going to be like, okay, is the pressure getting to him a little bit here? But if he's creating chaos, slipping in chances for Haaland and other players, and they're not finishing, then I won't be complaining about him.
Yes. I think it depends on what you're happy with. Because I was having this debate the other day, and some people want G&A. Other people, are you happy with their performance? Because, many people say Doku's still not there because they're looking at his G&A. I'm looking at his overall game, Doku, at the moment. I think Doku has improved massively. He's having a very good season. But if you're just judging a guy on G&A, then you're going to say he's having a poor season.
Yeah. But see, I don't know why people don't understand this. Pep has already told everybody that Doku and Semenyo are not scorers.
No,
and that's why we're bringing in.
He's had to push Foden up.
And that's why we're bringing in this guy. Because we need scorers. Those guys are more creators. Those guys are more create a little bit of chaos for the others to then have more space to take shots on goal.
Madfoot, I appreciate what you're saying, but I still think it's way too early to make anyone favourites. I think City will win the league, but I don't think it's going to be an easy task. Arsenal is still a very good team.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think anyone.
Darsh, what do you think? What are you looking for when you sign a player? Are you looking for the G&A? Or are you looking for performances?
I'll be honest with you. I think both, but this is a condition with the GA thing. So, for example, if you're 1-0 up here and you need a second goal to kill the game, that's when I want someone like a Semenyo or Doku or Cyber to come in and chip with that goal. I don't think we can go back to the days of signing and Sterling, because we had De Bruyne and Silva threading through balls into the back post, which were tracked by the runners of Sane and Sterling that tapped it in very well. But I just want my wingers to be crucial in certain moments. I don't want them to be, because I've seen so many times here. For example, last season, Leicester. Now we won 2-0 at our way, yeah. But to get that second goal, yeah, I've seen Savio and I think there was another player on the pitch, which I've forgotten, had numerous chances to just finish and get the second, and it was getting nervy that second half because Leicester came out. So and innocent we won and it was good, but that game was like we need a killer, or a half, or someone with a Swiss knife. You know what I mean? It's just something crucial. Not 20 goals and all that. I don't think you can expect that, but 7-8 goals in the Premier League. I'm happy with it.
I'm sorry, Dash, because a few people keep saying it. Savio is not leaving in January, guys. Come to terms with that and park it now. Unless something drastically does a complete U-turn here, he's not moving anywhere in Jan.
Yeah, guys, stop believing in team talk. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
come on.
I know everyone's, because they're looking at transfer news, and it's not Semenyo is not going. Mamouche is not going in January either. Guys, we're trying to build a squad. People are worrying about where does this guy play. We're building a squad. You saw our bench against West Ham. We can't be going into a title race with 5 academy players on the bench. And this is with all due respect to Mafuni and Mikasa, who are going to be great footballers, no doubt. But we can't be saying, relying on them. That was back to the same problem we had last season when we had Jamal Simpson-Puzzi and McAtee on the bench. We're building a squad where we can have a bench where we go, right, that guy's going to come on, or we can rest him. Right now, we're 1 or 2 injuries away from bringing out the EDS again. We can't be in that situation anymore. And Viana just ran out of time in the summer. We got 10 players out. We need more out now. So we're going to get some people in. We're building a squad.
No. But see,
And
Martin, put that Spartacus.
Go on.
Yeah,
go on, Ed.
No, I was saying, see what you go back a couple. What Spartacus said that you just had up on the screen. Go back a couple.
Which one?
Where he says about right there. It's not a question about him being better than those two, but we've seen periods where Doku maybe is not in form for a couple games, and we look to our bench. There's nobody to come in or rotate with him that can keep the level that we need, and that's why we're bringing in this guy. It's not about who's better. It's that okay? They might be consistent for a couple games, and they might dip for a few games, and we need somebody else who's able to keep that same level instead of being, oh shoot, we got to stay with him even in bad form.
I apologize for the echoing. They're setting up the karaoke machine. Jesus.
Oh shoot!
I apologize to my neighbours for a few hours in advance. Once the vodka goes down, there's no stopping. 6, 7. Go on.
I just think that I see where he's coming from. It's the fact that obviously the midfield and defense here are just as critical as the attack. I don't think anyone has any wrong answers here. If you're saying the defense is going to be critical, that's fine, because if Josko goes down, and I told this to some people, if he goes down, we don't have that line breaker in the first phase of press, some of that centre back. So this is why I'm pushing for someone like Marc Guehi in January. We'll just give him the signing on bonus that he wants, because he's got all the tools needed to come in just in case it happens. Even deputise.
Right. Well, let me just go to the Semenyo. Let me round off Semenyo stuff, then we'll come to Marc Guehi and we'll come to another bit of things. That is just rumours at the minute. It's come out of another end. I'm not saying it's happening. Martin Liverpool fans thought Semenyo would join. See, do you know the funny thing is? The one thing I'll say about Semenyo is you'll notice that rivals all wanted him. 2 weeks ago, everyone wanted Semenyo. Now he's potentially coming a setter. Nobody, everyone's saying he's shit. And he's no good.
Pep's going to ruin
him. Everything tells you everything you need to know. You know, we're not saying Semenyo is a world beater. We're not saying, of course, there are better wingers out there, but it's the availability. And someone's asked me about Homegrown, which I will go through. Homegrown is a big factor in this as well, which we'll come to. Anderson, I'd say more summertime for that one. Thank you. Pep always has a fresh formation. You set up for the running. I wonder what he's planning with Semenyo in the mix. There you go. I still thought he'd have gone Liverpool. I think Liverpool are looking at other targets. I know they're looking at Bacola. They're looking at is it
Adeyemi? Yeah,
Adeyemi. They're looking at.
Adeyemi, yeah.
So, but that's the point, Spike, because that's what we need, a finisher. Pepper said this, we need a finisher. So we'll see. Yeah, I know he was racially abused, and it's disgusting that. To be honest, I love the way we're playing right now. Semenyo will be integrated slow until I won't be surprised if fan base cries when he's on the bench. Listen, people have just got to let the guy come in and settle in. You know, if he's signed, we'll keep saying if until it's done. But at the moment, it's all signs of City is his destination. Yeah, thank you, Thunder. Please smash those thumbs up. Right, Marc Guehi. A lot of people asking that because there is a potential of Nathan Ake leaving in this January window. They are interested in Marc Guehi. They are. The problem is Marc Guehi holds all the cards.
Yep.
From January the 1st, he can sign for any team abroad. Real Madrid are interested in him. Bayern Munich are interested in him. A couple of other teams abroad are interested in him. So if you're Marc Guehi, would you wait for that big signing on bonus, or like Darcy's just suggested, give him the signing on bonus now to get him in 6 months early and beat the traffic? Because there was rumours of him having a gentleman's agreement to still go to Liverpool in the summertime.
Yeah,
so
I don't
where
believe
do you
in.
two stand on this Marc Guehi thing?
I don't believe in gentlemen's agreements in football.
16 if you're getting an Aguero shirt. 16.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't agree with gentlemen's agreement in football anymore. I think that's a bunch of BS. I think it's more about what the player wants. I think the player is probably more inclined to that signing on bonus. I think that's, because I don't know how much he's on at Palace. I think he's 25, 26. I think he's looking for a big deal. So I think that's where he's probably more inclined to. And with Dart, I kind of agree with Doris. If he needs that signing on bonus to commit to us, I would give it to him. Because we talked about this in spaces too. Like after him, when you're looking at homegrown center backs, it does drop. The level does drop after him. And so that's what you need to be weighing up if you are looking for that homegrown option. Is either we give this guy a good amount of money, or are we okay with what's out there after him?
It depends how you do it, mate. Because the homegrown thing, you could maneuver it if you wanted to. Try and get more up front in the midfield, in attack, a bit more, and then maybe go get another homegrown defender. It depends on how the club does it, mate. Because there's so many avenues they could go down to. They might, and this is what I thought about before with a defender. Could they go down the under 21 route and go sign up as under 21, but it's done at another club?
All right, well, we'll have a look. I'm just going to I'll bring up the squad now quickly. People are asking about it. I know. But I will. Let me just bring it up. Get the website up. Right. I'll bring up the website now, so I'll just share my screen. Oh, no, I'm not sharing the link. Share my screen. Right. Can you all see that? Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll take that down. So the homegrown rule, you can have in your 25-man squad, you can have 17 foreign players, and you can have up to 8 homegrown, which takes you 25. Homegrown, they have to be over the age of 21. They don't have to be English. They have to be trained within the club for 3 years from the age of 19, I believe, 18, 19, something like that. So right now, our homegrown is Marcus Bettinelli and James Trafford. There's 2. The next ones down are Nathan Acker, John Stones, Rico Lewis. Wilson Esperan's gone, so we don't include him. Oscar Bobb, Phil Foden, Grealish we won't include because he's going, as we know. Nico Riley is still. How old's Nico Riley?
I think he's
21.
He's
How old's
20 years
Nico
old.
Riley,
So he's
He'll be 21 next season, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now he doesn't have to be included, but he will be doing. Calvin Phillips, we know he's going, but he's still in it. So right now you've got 1, Calvin Phillips 1, O'Reilly 2, Phil Foden 3, Oscar Bobb 4, John Stones 5, Rico Lewis 6,
Okay, 7.
Nathan Aki 7, James Trafford and Bettinelli 9. Right. If we lose the players that are rumoured to be leaving, we know coming out of contract. So James Trafford wants to leave. Bettinelli we can keep. Nathan Aki wants to leave. John Stones is out of contract. So there's 3 gone. Oscar Bobb is likely leaving. Rico Lewis is potentially going because he wants game time. Calvin Phillips is going to go. You're basically down to
6
1,
now.
2. if Semenyo comes in 3, you're down to 3. 4,
Yeah.
sorry, the Bettinella. 4. So you got 4. So because the other thing is Kushinov and Semenyo will be coming into the foreign quota from the 26-27 season.
Yeah. So
no, Eight Nora isn't homegrown. I thought he was. I made that error. He's not homegrown, Eight Nora.
No. He so they would be taking over Bernardo and Kovacic's spots.
Yeah, that's the number to remember. 17 max. You can only have 2 homegrown if you want, but then you're lowering your squad and just using your academy.
Yep.
So you noticed a lot of the links are Semenyo, Marc Guehi, Elliot Anderson. They're going after a lot of homegrown because that's what they need as well. The other one who's homegrown was Morgan Rogers that people want formidable. So for Marc Guehi, I think Guehi's presently on 50k a week. Yeah, he's not on a lot. I think it's also down to what Glasner and what Parish and the rest of the board at Palace want to do. Because you remember, this is the only time they can get any money from Marc Guehi is this month. After that, they get nothing.
Not even £1.50.
The thing with Marc Guehi is, isn't he going to want game time as well? Merry Christmas, Aiden.
At Liverpool, you've got Van Dijk, Canary, Gomez. So will Canary be dropped, or will he be deputising for Canary and Van Dijk? If he goes over Canary, then that's more attractive to Guehi for himself.
Big up,
If he got Bayern Munich, I think he gets in the 11 quite easily. Yes. At Real Madrid, now apparently Rudiger's out of contract in 2026. So could he be going over Hoyson?
Though?
This is the thing I'm wondering as well.
I thought they were going after Upamecano.
Yeah, I thought they were going after McConnell. Yeah.
No, they pulled out Canate. Real Madrid have pulled out Canate.
So if we go into, because this is the thing, it's a French market and Madrid want to explore even more, because I think there's a player going. I think it's Phil and Mendy at Madrid. I don't know which one it is, but probably that's going to reinforce that market with Upamecano.
Yeah.
It's a weird one because I think he starts. Personally, for me, the way I look at Madrid right now, he starts over any other defenders, in my opinion.
Well, have you saw him the other night at the Emirates? I thought he was very good in the League Cup's quarter-final.
Oh, he was. Do you know what it is? He just does a simple things right, and it's so effective.
Yeah, he's an old-fashioned defender. The one thing I think may let him down with Pep, but I think it works now because we don't do it anymore as often. And I'm sorry, I'm going to trigger Spartacus here. He's not the best ball-playing centre-back out from the back.
I disagree, I think he's quite good.
Yeah, I think that's the part of the game he needs to improve, He's not a John Stones.
Obviously not John Stones, but I think he's good enough to do it. I don't think... If you're going to ask him to go into DM, then obviously it's not going to happen. But like I said before, if you can line break, which you can, then it makes sense. Then you can do it finally.
Well, Nick, big up Nick. He said if we keep Bettinelli, O'Reilly, and Foden, we have 3. O'Reilly's still, and also then you also have to take into the UEFA homegrown rule because you have to be club trained and also associated trained. There's so many things around this home rule. Yeah, you can go with 6. No, you can go with 6 if you want, Nicker. You can have 17 plus 6. And Mikasa wouldn't come into it because of his age. He'd still be okay. So you can have 0 homegrown if you want. But then you lower your squad down to 17 and then your academy. As long as they're under the age of 21. It's that 21 age. As soon as they hit that 21 mark, they have to be named into a squad area. So Bettinelli, Foden, O'Reilly, Semenyo signing, Anderson, Guehi, Livramento. I'm not sure they're going to do Livramento. Anderson they want, Guehi they want, whether they get them though. Guehi's a far better passer than Diaz and 3 years younger.
I agree. I mean, you can't take it from Diaz. He's improved Diaz, by the way. Not taking anything away from him very much. I think as of right now.
Yeah.
I think, well, yeah. Next year.
Right. I'm going to come to the teas. I don't think he'll go. Just want to say, Martin, on the rest of the rear. What you trying to say, you here, Luke? And the rest of the TW, thank you for content this year. Also, thank you, mate, for supporting my own channel. Yeah, big up, mate, and always welcome on air. And I always go and support Night in My Lifetime, guys. Top channel and top guys, Bevo and Luke. The fact that he isn't very good on the ball doesn't make him a Josko backup. It just doesn't fix the Josko issue. What's the Josko issue? What issue? What is this Gavardiol issue everyone's making about?
They're like, if Vardio goes down, we don't have anybody that's like a really good ball player out from the back. But Guehi's a good ball player.
That's what I said before. The line breaking aspect I said before.
Do we always play ball playing out from the back though now?
Sometimes.
Against West Ham,
there's an element to it. I think we got to have a good balance, but we can't dismiss it completely at the defense.
Possible, Joshua. I mean, I'd probably, you mentioned it was the young lad at Toulouse, Cresswell.
Yeah.
Would you maybe look at Cresswell instead of Guehi?
I think you would have. That's why I said earlier. I think you would have to. I think because you're not going to get Konza out of Aston Villa how they're playing right now unless they drop out of
and
top
he's been
5.
On the list. Konza has been on the list.
Yeah, but if they get Champions League, I don't see him leaving. So I think that's the next best option out there for me. And I think you have to move on that. And like I was talking about before, West Ham are looking at him hard right now. So you would have to move. You would need to know Guehi's. You would need to know all that, and then be like, kind of like what we did in the summer, right? We left that Verts deal fast, and we pivoted quick to Turkey. You have to do the same thing here, where you pivoted away from Guehi and let Cresswell know that we do want to come in for you.
I think that's what Viana will do, because Viana's the one who's pushed this. Semenyo let us know now. We're not, the window's not even open, and we've said, Semenyo, tell us now what you want.
But Ro. First of all, Cresswell has been playing a lot in the French league, where it's a very physical league. He's played more than Huzanov. He's played more than Huzanov. And we cannot extend Stones another year with his injury history. We can't do that. To wait for a Mufuni that I will want Cresswell before Mufuni. Sorry. I will want Cresswell to come in before Mufuni, who has not played any senior football before. I'm sorry. I know we like the academy lads. Martin and Darsh knows how I feel about that, but you need experience and you need somebody Pep can rely on. He's not going to ask Mufuni to come in during the crunch time.
Not now, but you know the European homegrown rule. Is it only 3 or 4 for the the club trade contingency? You're on mute.
Martin,
you're on mute.
Oh, I'm still on mute. Sorry about that. I'm not as well versed on the UEFA Homegrown. I will check that out and come back to you when we're next live. Right, Amar Godre, you've become a brand new YouTube member. Big up to yourself, mate. Thank you for the support. And Rodri, thank you.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys are on here.
Okay, I'm going to come to it.
Darsh, I just checked. It's 4.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to come to it. By the way, be careful on this. We need Guehi, no excuses, or it's a bad window. We can't force Guehi to sign for City. We're not the only team in town, so we can't say it's a bad window or we failed. That's the bit where we're going OTT. I heard all this in the summer. We don't buy verts, we failed. Well, we didn't, did we? And we've not failed. Come on. We can't. Not every team wakes up in the morning and says, "Oh, Manchester City's my dream club." It's just, sadly, that's just the way it is. Hello, Andy. Hope you are well, mate, and Merry Christmas. Right, let's do the tease. This tease came out from the Newcastle Chronicle the other day. I'm going to bring it up. There is ads. I do apologise. I didn't know anything about this till I read this the other day and had a chat with Baz. Bruno Guimaraes transfer truth emerges as Newcastle United star linked with £100 million with January move. The skipper is loving life on Tyneside, but has attracted fresh interest from Manchester City. He's from Lee Ryder. It was on the 21st of December. He's in the Chronicle Live, which is the MEN for ourselves. Basically, Newcastle United skipper Bruno Guimaraes is firmly committed to Magpies ahead of the January transfer window. That is the word coming from a Brazil Stars camp after several links with City in the build-up to the winter training period and suggestions that the midfielder has a Premier League rival interested in activating a £100 million release clause. I didn't even know he had one still. Reports in the Northwest earlier this month also indicate that City would be prepared to offer James Trafford his bait in a player plus crash deal. However, while Bruno is as concerned as anybody about Newcastle's ailing top flight, he's believed to be 100% focused on Newcastle. Not only is Bruno eager to turn things around in the Premier League, he's desperate to lift another Carabao Cup with Newcastle this term. And with the World Cup also on the horizon, he wants to ensure he's in the right place mentally and physically to shine for Brazil in the United States. And he feels playing week in, week out for Newcastle will give it him. He does. He goes into 2026 with 2 years left in his current deal, and United sources have dismissed the talk linking him with City as just pure speculation. And we understand no moves or discussions have taken place from Bruno's side, and Newcastle are delighted with the job he's done since taking over this season. Bruno has also had issues with head coach, has no issues with head coach, despite the disagreement last week when he came out after the Timeway derby, made those comments. So, yeah, that is the link. City are still interested in Bruno. I don't think that'll happen.
I mean, we've been down this rabbit hole so many times, haven't we? With Bruno
I'm bored of going down the rabbit hole. Yes, and that's my worry, Chrome. He's obsessed with the fella.
Yeah. When Pep's obsessed with a footballer, he doesn't let it go. Doesn't matter how long it is.
I've just told it you now, Echo. He's obsessed with him. Ed, would you spend 100 on Bruno in January? Because I wouldn't. I don't think he's worth 100.
I mean, mate. Everybody's talking about how this is the thing. This is, oh man, this is a difficult question. I know we're talking about Anderson, right? I know everybody loves Anderson, right? But if Rodri, the club will know more than us. Depending on where Rodri is mentally and physically, for somebody who could rotate with Nico G, play alongside, whatever, and has experience, would you go with Bruno G? Because you know what you're getting. I know everybody loves Anderson. I know you're shaking your head, Martin, but I know everybody loves Anderson, but you don't know that's an unproven commodity. It's still an unproven commodity, and you're talking about 80 million, 85 million. I know in the summertime it's cheaper, but I'm just saying, would you go with something that you know what you're getting? You know what you're getting. There is no question. There
Do
is
you
no
not know what you're getting
debating.
with Bruno? Bruno's what, 28?
Yes,
How old's Bruno?
28,
27, 28?
28. He turned 29 next year. You'll have him
Jeez,
from
100 million for a 29-year-old.
you'll have him from three. You have him for 4 years. You probably have him 4. You probably do a 4-year deal.
Nah. I hope and I pray that ship sailed. I do. If he was 50 mil, yeah, 100 mil. At least Elliot Anderson's 22?
23.
23?
23.
You're getting 7-8 years out the guy.
Yeah.
What you're getting with Bruno, 2 or 3. And people will say Fernandinho. Yeah. Fernandinho was not 100 million.
Yeah.
I want to stay clear of it, but like Pep's obsessed.
No, I'm just putting it out. I've decided to put it out there, you know.
I'll be honest with you. Okay, I don't mind the money, but if you can get a good 4 years out of him, and this is the thing with Bruno Guimaraes, the type of player he is, because every player is different in terms of longevity, etc.
Yeah.
If you can guarantee me a 4 or 5 good years out of Bruno Guimaraes, I'm still tempted. And listen, I'll even top him with Anderson, and you know how greedy I am. And now
you get both. You will get both.
Yeah, no, I'd get both, but I won't pay 100 million for either of them.
I mean, Anderson's got a release clause in the summer.
I mean, yeah, Marty, you're looking at the price tag, but if they pay up for James Trafford, that's taking off the 100 million.
And listen, I know Spartacus is screaming at his phone right now. You said it's not our money. Why am I bothered?
Yeah.
I get that. But, and personally, I think City would want both.
Yeah, if Rodri leaves, I think they would move for both.
That's my caveat.
If Rodri leaves, you go for both.
Yeah,
I think, you know me, I've always said this. I think Rodri will leave in the end. Sadly, I think he will. So I'd be happy with both. But 200 million for both.
No, I mean, you would get Bruno G now. Anderson's deal is cheaper in the summertime. That's around 60, 65.
Yeah, 60, 65 again, yeah.
Yeah. And then you also get money for James Trafford.
Yeah.
Can also add in, by the way, Savio and Mamouche. And it's the thing with we might get sold out both of them, because I always go back to the pieces of players always want to play. So we could even get sales from that aspect and fund the 2 deals of Bruno Guimaraes and Anderson if City were able to do it. So, and it's the thing, so many people across the front line. Cherokee's there, Doherty's there, Foden's there. Obviously, the big man.
You're losing Bernardo, don't forget.
Yeah.
You're probably going to lose Kovacic.
Yeah.
And if you lose Rodri.
And you lose Rodri, that's 3 midfielders gone. And we're talking squad. Oh, and Calvin will go, so that's 4.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's going to scream Calvin Phillips is not there. It's still numbers in the squad. You've lost Calvin Phillips, Kovacic, potentially Rodri, and Bernardo may go out in a fray. Personally, you'd need 2 midfielders. I'd even say people ain't going to like this. I wouldn't rule out a Bernardo extension per year. You can't lose 4 midfielders and replace with only 2.
Well, Calvin doesn't play, so I don't think that factors in.
But he's in the Premier League squad, Ed.
Yeah, but that's just for squad numbers.
No, but that's the mental part of this. He's included in the squad numbers.
I know, but Pep doesn't even want a big squad.
By the way, you can't do that now. MCFC 525. Big up for the becoming a YouTube member and then gifting 20 memberships out to the family. Thank you so much. Please, massive thank you to him if you've got that. That is tremendous. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you so much, my friend. And then I know who he is now. I know who he is now with that amount. No, apologies, YouTube have changed your names again. So you might need to remind me what your old username was. But I do know who you are now seeing that. Big up, mate. for the 36.99. Big up, Martin. Keep up the good work, sir. We are moving seriously. I love it. Semenyo will be top tick. So many boxes. I don't know why people think Mamouche is leaving in Jan without any sources, because it's just come out. Mamouche will not be leaving in Jan, and Semenyo won't leave in Jan. So big up, mate. Thank you so much for your massive support. That is amazing. But you see, if you said Bruno at 60 mil, I'm all over it. 100 mil was 2 years ago. Not now. Plus, what you doing with Nico G then? Because he won't hang around.
I mean, Jorge Mendes is the devil.
Exactly. Jorge Mendes. Spot on. He's not dicking around.
Let's be real. The minute we go get someone like Anderson, this guy's going to try to stir a pot. I know this with Jorge Mendes. Going to stir a pot, man. I know you're going to get him out of my city sooner or later, man. This is why with Nico G, I just always had that feeling, because back in the summer, after the Club World Cup here, and obviously the lack of minutes here, look at the amount of news outlets that came out on Nico G, especially with no Jorge Mendes tapping up from different correspondents. Like, I just know at some point he might even leave. Obviously, listen, I hope he stays, but at some point, I just know, like, Jorge Mendes, he wants the cash, he wants the commission. We know this, man.
That's a good shout, though. See, now if it was Tonala, I'd be on it.
But this is my thing, though, Darsh, with that, right? Like, if we are losing Bernardo, Rodri, and Kovacic, and you're talking about then a midfield options of Bruno G, Anderson, Nico G, and then a Foden in there, and a Reinders. We can't forget about Reinders. I think that's the right amount right there.
I'm happy with that.
You would have 5 midfielders.
That's fine for me.
Teal's not having the Bernardo extension. Look, Bernardo extension not breaking, they're not having it.
To be fair to you, I agree with them. I just think it's the right time for him to go.
Because you call him bloody Hornswoggle, you hate him. You hate him.
Listen, he's my Portuguese Hornswoggle, yeah? That is true. Out of love, yeah? However, he's been here for so long. And it's the thing, he wants to spend. Benfica's always been there for him, man. It's the right time. And it's the thing, look at the abuse he's getting, man. Even when he's performing good. It's just, there's no point anymore, man. Just
look, a new Spartacus would pull me on this start. Look, straight away. I'm not letting you get away with it. I'm just 100 million for a 29-year-old. That's different, Spartacus.
But Martin, would you? I'm not saying Bruno G is world class, because he's not. He's not world class, right? Oh. But for how we play, but for how we play, he is the best. He's the best out there. He's the best.
I'm sorry. I think Tonali would do the job better.
Yeah, but we're not getting Tonali.
But why? I know why. But if it was 100 mil for Tonali, I'd get it.
Because that's the release clause, Martin. That's what's in the contract.
So, all right then. Well, hang on a minute. Elise's probably got not Elisa. Who's the guy? Mbappe's got a £3 billion release clause. Let's go and pay that.
Oh.
You can't just got a release clause to pay it.
I mean, we would probably try to negotiate it, but that's what I'm saying. James Trafford. If James Trafford goes the other way, it's not 100 million. It's like 70.
Yeah, I know a new Spartacus should scream at his phone. I'm just saying we've got to be sensible as well.
Like I still would want Anderson, right? Because you got to think about the future too.
Yeah, Spartacus, I'll explain the Nico G part. I agree. We are building a squad. The Nico G part is not Nico G. It's his agent. Jorge Mendes will shift him. We'll try and shift him if he sits on a bench. If it wasn't Jorge Mendes, I wouldn't be concerned. Jorge Mendes doesn't hang around. Elliot Anderson is the best out there. I need to see more of Elliot Anderson before. I'm going to start covering him more. I'm going to watch with a lot of. I mean, so, on Saturday, example, I'm gonna look at him with a lot of attention. See how Anderson does on Saturday.
That'll be tough for the Forest. It's always been tough away at Forest, to be fair to you.
Okay, of course it will. Big up, Formidable. Love that, mate. You £2. Love the emojis. And again, thank you for your support on other streams that I joined. Really appreciate that. The max is 1 billion. Martin, we need the Bernardo 3 off the books? Yeah. No, I'm just talking about in an absolute. If you're losing all these midfielders, I'm thinking of the Rod. See, I'm doing worst case scenario with Rodri going out. That's because the thing is Bernardo Silva hasn't really got a lot of book value. Rodri at 28, 20, how old he is, has still got value there. And the club know that. A Rodri going out on a free is not the same as a KDB or a John Stones going out on a free. You can still get a good one.
Yeah, you can still get a lot of money for Rodri. Yeah.
With all due respect, nobody wanted to pay 50 million quid for Bernardo when he had his release clause. I'm just thinking of it that way. What about Bertino or João Neves? I love João Neves, but I wanted João Neves a lot before Bruno. I wanted João Neves.
You proved me wrong, João Neves. I didn't want him at the time because I was focused on Bruno Guimaraes, but
but Bruno G is creative, mate. Bruno G is creative.
Yeah. Yeah. But by the way, I will say that I think that João Neves, I don't think we'd have got him at that price. I think that was political as well with PSG. I think there was other things involved in that deal.
Yeah.
Right, we've got 5 more minutes and I must dash because I'm already getting messages to get off. Stop selling the unks. Jorge Mendes can have a nap. Pierre, you know what he's like. So if Nico G wants to, fine. If you want to go, go. Yeah, I'm not. I've always said that, Spiker. Said that if bloody Harlan wants to go one day, let him go. I am badged before any name. Just get Elliot and Anderson and pay up the asking price. I think they will in the summer. I don't think Forest will let him go in, John.
Can I mention a name?
Am I inconsistent? I'm not inconsistent.
Wow.
So what you want me to do is pay 100 million for a 29-year-old?
No, I think they're talking about you're like, oh, we bring him in, then Nico G might want to go. I think that's what.
No, and that's fine. I'm just saying, yeah. I'm not bothered. If people want to go, they can go. I'm just talking about in general because I know some in the fan base will lose their mind. Why do they want to go? They're doing it now over bloody Semenyo. I agree with that. We do. Wharton passing is the best. Yeah, Wharton's passing is amazing. My issue with Wharton is not his passing; it's his tackling. This is Jules.
Yeah, that's a plea.
I think Wharton is an absolute baller of a football. If I'm honest, I prefer Wharton over Elliot Anderson, but Wharton doesn't tackle like Elliot Anderson.
Can I mention a name?
Yeah, go on.
It's a bit underrated, to be fair to you. Amadou Onana, Aston Villa. I think he's quite underrated. Very underrated. I know people going to say, he's not as good as the others, but for some of his side, to be that good on the ball and have that same athleticism for the whole of 90 minutes, I think that's underappreciated in my opinion. If the team went after him, I would actually back it, but obviously, you know what I mean. It's a proven now one, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things and the opportunity with the release clause in the summer. So I just want to shout that out there.
Matthew Isle, big up, mate. Merry Christmas. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Appreciate that, mate. Thank you for your support. Loving the end. Is that Day's End? Love that game at the minute. Rodgers ain't renewing, and that's fair enough. Listen, I want him to renew. I just think the longer it goes on, it worries me. So we can't use what do we do with X player if they want to go, let them. No, of course you can. If they want to go, let them go. I'm not bothered. I was talking more about the agent, Spartacus. I'm talking about more of Jorge Mendes. No, what do you mean you're not letting me get away? So today, I was either expecting Dash to say Pedro.
Yeah, go on, man. Bring him on board.
Martin Nico G, he's underrated. Kamara. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Kamara at Monaco. Because I like him as well. I know you like him, don't you, Ed?
Yes, I do. He's very combative in the midfield.
Wharton and Anderson and Kovacic, Bernard and Rodri leave. Now that I'd like. Tell you what, it was up to me. I go to Real Madrid and get Valverde. Sorry, Pay, but I would. Valverde's my dream. I've said many a time, my dream midfield is Valverde and the guy at Inter Milan. What's he called now?
Barella
and Valverde. Oh, that would get me off my seat.
I think Pedro is better than both of them, but okay.
Look at this. Valverde is shit. Get in the bin, you. If you want a 6, I'll be looking at AC Milan. Outdoor Bench, thank you, mate, for the very generous £5. Merry Christmas, Mark. Realistically, I think we get Anderson in the summer. Dream signing with Valverde or João Neves. Yeah. Valverde is an unk. No, stop the unk stuff. No, we're not doing that. He's an unk. But thank you very much. Martin, just like these players who runs around kicking people. Yeah. Just call me a typical Englishman, Spartacus. Why are you worried about Rodri not signing when he can't even help the team? Because I think Rodri is he'll be a massive loss. And I don't think you'll never get that profile of player ever again.
Of course he won't. He's got lost in terms of what dictating the possession, dictating the midfield and tempo, but obviously he's still Rodri, so it will be a big loss. But from Rodri down to someone like Elliot Anderson or Bruno Guimaraes is just levels you just can't attain again. You know what I mean? So
Valverde is 28, Unk saying. Yeah, but we're not. Hopefully, we won't spend 100 million on it.
7 years ago, 28 and 29-year-old used to be the most in-demand players on the market because they're in their prime.
Right, we're going to wrap it up there. So, yeah, Semenyo, all guns, everything's lays into one area that he will becoming a Manchester City player. Hopefully, we get him in. Make sure there's just fingers crossed now there are no roadblocks or any potholes that we go through in this deal. Hopefully, that should get over the line. Oscar Bobb, we'll keep an ear to the ground on that one. It's very hard at the minute because they're all away celebrating Christmas. You've seen all the photos. They're all abroad having a whale of a time with the families. As Pep says, as long as you don't come back too fat, they'll be all right. Still can't believe he said that. Never mind. Go out and have time, but don't come back fat. A lot of years.
Get ready, man, for that.
Martin, what everybody sees the tricks and flicks. Channels is in or Alan lets out his shit.
But more, have you heard about Creswell? Have you heard about that? Has that name came up?
He's on the list. He has been scouted, yes. But again, that's a project player, isn't it?
But see, this is what, in a way, yes, but he's played more than Huzanoff and Hayes.
Yes, he has. I would agree with that. Right, we will be back. I hope you have a great rest of your Christmas. We'll be back some point tomorrow, probably in the evening time with the Boxing Day special, where we'll be back with the Nottingham Forest preview. We'll chat everything Nottingham Forest. We'll see who's available tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow night. Have a lovely the rest of your day. And then we'll be back Sunday. So there's tomorrow, Sunday. I'm at Sunderland New Year's Day, so probably won't be anything leading into that. I think that's it. But all I'll say is big up to you all. 440 odd of you watching. I think a few of you over on X are watching right now. See where we are with likes, because we are currently on 148 likes, 2 away from 150. So if you've not smashed that thumbs up, please do. 210 of you watching on YouTube. Big up to everyone. Have a lovely rest of your Christmas. Big up to Dash and Ed for jumping on. Whoever you're celebrating today, please stay safe. Enjoy. And as always, up the Blues. And let's see Semenyo in a blue shirt. Take care.
Big up.